Hi folks, I'm Ian Baker, the product specialist here at American RV in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And today I'm here to tell you about the 2018 Wolf Creek 840 truck camper. This particular model is in the Solitaire Azul interior. If you're looking for a really nice 3/4 ton truck camper, and you don't want to slide out on it, you don't want to have to mess with it, this is one you definitely want to pay attention to. Very well built, and it is quite roomy, again, especially for not having a slide. We'll start off right over here on the dinette. As I mentioned, it is the Solitaire Azul interior in here. You can see you have excellent seating all the way around. They do have a nice long table here, but they kept it kind of narrow. That way it still gives you a nice walkway and it doesn't feel closed in. This also does drop down into a bed. It's quite simple to do that. You remove these two legs right here. There's actually two shorter legs that are stored up top that go in its place, and that will basically set the table in line with the rest of the dinette. That way you can use the rear cushions here to fill that in and create that sleeping space. Underneath both sides, you have good additional storage, just a nice drop down door there, and that will give you access to the storage underneath the dinette. Windows on both sides here to let in some natural light. LED light right here, which will provide you light at night. Up top, this is kind of neat, kind of multi-purpose. So if you want storage, you have the two doors here. This is actually the bottom of the bed, which I'm going to show you in just a minute because this is a fold-down bunk bed. But you can remove the cushions in this board if you just want to use this for storage. You can leave it up just like it is. However, if you do want the extra sleeping capacity, maybe you have some children that are coming with you or grandkids, something like that, all you have to do is unlock the two latches. I already did unlock the other one on the other side there for demonstration purposes. But then this comes right down. You can take this board we saw, move it over, and then fill the top in here with the cushions. Again, this will create the extra sleeping space. I don't recommend an adult sleep up here, but for a small child, something like that, it works very well. And I do have some customers that leave it down like this and just use this, purely for storage. You can store a lot of stuff up there, some clothes. If you're going hunting, fishing, you can store some longer items up there as well. Right across the way is the kitchen. You'll see you have good countertop space here, especially because they give you both a sink top cover and a cooktop cover. So that way you're able to utilize all of this. And as I said, kind of nice prep space right here in the center. You do have an electrical outlet right over here, so if you need to plug some things in, you can do it there. There's an additional one right over here as well. Also, I did forget to mention underneath the dinette, yep, right there. You have another one right there too, so if you need to plug in electronics where I sit at the table, you can do that. But obviously for the kitchen, I'd probably put your coffee maker right back here if you drink coffee, or if you want to put a toaster back there, blender, what have you. If we take a quick look up top, right over here is the microwave. Weight of the unit, 2,332 pounds. Underneath that is your hood with the light and fan. Some good pantry storage right over here to the side. You can see there's not a divider in here, so this is nice and open if you have some larger items. Moving over a little bit further is your solar charge controller. This one does have the solar panel option mounted on the roof. And then right here is your multimedia center. This controls both your speakers inside as well as outside. It is a radio and CD player, and it is also Bluetooth capable. Moving down a little further, right here is your main control panel. You can see you have your tank monitoring panel on there, as well as things like your water pump, some of your lights, your water heater. Notice that your water heater does run off both gas and electric, and you can turn both of those on at the same time for higher recovery. Thermostat right over next to that, and then you have a spice rack right here, just nice, easy access. High-rise faucet with a single bowl sink. It is a round sink, but it is very deep, deeper than most of your RV sinks. That way you can set some pots and pans down in there. Even though it is a single bowl, it is still quite usable. Then as we take a look right over here, you'll see you have a bank of drawers, 3 full extension ball bearing drawers. This first one's not quite as deep. The bottom 2 are a little bit deeper. Comes with a little owner's manual CD there too, which is nice. So, if you need to throw that in the computer. But then right here, as I mentioned, so a little bit deeper drawers here, perfect for some of your bigger utensils like your spatulas, things like that. Underneath the sink here itself, you have some extra storage there, as well as the water heater if you need to access that. And then as I mentioned, the cooktop has a cover on here. This just folds up and back. That will reveal your 3 burners. The front one is high output. And then you also have the oven here underneath in case you want to do some baking. Naturally, as you'd expect, you have a couple windows in the kitchen as well to let in that natural light, and then an LED light right up top here. Rounding out the kitchen is actually right across the way. This is our fridge freezer combo. When we open this up, you can take a look inside, see it's fairly spacious. This does lift up, allowing you to have some taller items in here if you want. Little drop down ice box right here. This unit does run off both propane and electric, and also has automatic switchover. If we take a look across the way, this is the bathroom. To get down in the bathroom, they actually have this foldable step. You can lock this in place. But all you have to do is unlock it, and this step actually folds right out just like so, which makes it nice and easy to enter the bathroom. When I open that up, you see right down here is your foot flush lever toilet, plenty of leg room. It is a wet bath, you know, fully functional here. Shower drain is built into the floor naturally. Then as you take a look at the countertop, you can see how it's a nice big countertop. Plenty of space to, you know, if you have to set things down there, you know, as you're getting ready, maybe your toothbrush, your toothpaste, whatever it may be, plenty of space. Nice sink there as well. Attached to the back of the faucet is your shower head, your hand shower there, so that way it's nice and easy to shower. Also, if you take a look at the ceiling, take a look at that skylight. It is massive. Not only does that let in a lot of natural light, but more importantly, it gives you some headroom. Because the bathroom is elevated, they had to put a nice big skylight to give you the space, and it certainly does. I mean, I'll step in here just to kind of give you an idea. You know, I'm 6 foot. I can stand all the way up. You know, I have about another probably inch or so right above my head. So again, even though it's not too huge, it is still a very usable space. Right over here, you do have a towel ring. So, you know, if you need, after you're done washing your hands, you need to dry them, you have a towel right there. Toilet paper holder right over here, and that is covered as well, which is nice. As you take a look at the cab over, you'll see right over here you have a nice storage area there. And then right underneath, you'll see a couple different hookups. You have your standard electrical outlet. You also have a charging center with dual USB port and 12-volt plug-in. And your cable and satellite hookups are there as well, because as you see right up here on the wall is where your TV would be mounted. They did put a backer there, so you know exactly where to mount the bracket. Over on the side wall, you'll see the window. That is an emergency exit as well. So if you know there is some kind of unfortunate accident, you can still make your way out. And next to that, you have good wardrobe storage right up front there. Of course, you kind of have the storage on the side of the bed too, underneath the window there for any extra items. On the side of the wardrobe, you'll see an LED reading light as well as another charging port and electrical outlet. And then across the other way here, you see you have a nice little nightstand there. There is a cubby hole, and there's also the same thing, another charging center over there with dual USB and the 12-volt plug-in. Now you have the window on the side, then right over here is your other wardrobe. So you do have nice wardrobe space here in the cab over. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a quick look at some of the outside features of the Wolf Creek 840. One of my favorite parts is something that's very similar with the Wolf Creek, and they have it in the Arctic Fox line as well, and that is the fact that you have one-piece fiberglass construction from the nose here all the way down into the bulkhead. You don't have any seams running across, which means you have less chance for any kind of water penetration, especially while going down the road. If you think about it, obviously this part is up over the cab of your truck, so rainwater and wind is being forced in here. And when you have that seam, again, you can get water in there. By eliminating it, that greatly eliminates the chance of having any water here in the nose. You have your rubber bump stops on here, of course. And then over to this side are your Rico Titan heavy duty jacks. One of the things, again, that I like that they do on here is you'll see it's actually the bolts on here. They have 20 bolts running all the way through here. So you want to talk about excellent support, this will definitely do it. 2,500 pound capacity on each jack. So you know that it's certainly strong enough to support the truck camper even when you pull the truck away. Right underneath here is your sewer tube hose, nice and convenient. You'll see the diamond plating running all the way along the side there, and you have a nice little entry hatch right there as well, so you can quickly move some items from the bed of your truck into the truck camper itself. When you come around to the back, right here's your rear mounted ladder. This will allow you to easily climb up onto the roof. You'll also see the luggage rack up there, and as I talked about when we were inside, this one does have a solar panel mounted on there as well. Power awning, just touch of a button to roll that out. Same thing to have it go right back in. Super simple and easy to use. Double electrical outlet right down here in case you need to plug anything in. You do have the removable step there as well. Then you'll also see you have a little storage right there in the side on both sides of the bumper. Right here is some plumbing access. I'll open that up. You can see your valves and everything are here, as well as your Rico Titan control. So if you do have to do any manual control, you can get in there and operate that. Right over to the side, you have access to your termination from the back. You can see that right there, making it nice and easy to access. Let's go ahead and come around to the side here. You'll see you have an outside shower with both hot and cold water access. Open that up for you. There's that. 6-gallon Suburban water heater, and as I mentioned, we were inside. That one does run off both propane and electric. If you take a quick look underneath, you'll see you do have some controls here as well. Satellite and cable inlets, as well as your ZAMP solar. Now, as I mentioned, this one does have your panels on top, but if you wanted a portable panel as well, you do have that option. Right over here to the side is where your battery will go. You can see the hookups right there. Again, you have all sorts of cords in here because you do have the ones for your solar there. And then moving over a little bit further are your two 20-pound LP tanks, and both of those are obviously easy to access, as well as switch from one tank to the other. Right over here is your gravity fill, so that way you can fill your tanks. And then right down underneath is where your 30 amp detachable power cord will plug into. All right, folks, that wraps it up. Again, this is a 2018 Wolf Creek 840. It makes an excellent 3/4 ton or larger truck camper that you don't have to mess with any slides on. If you are interested in this truck camper and you'd like price and availability, I recommend you give us a call here at American RV, or you can take a look at our website, which is AmericanRV.com. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and I can't wait to see you on the road to freedom.